Drama has ensued once again today at the Supreme Court in Kololo after city lawyer Mabiriizi was denied access to the court where he had gone to get the ruling from Justice Kisakye, who had promised to deliver it today, in a case he filed against the Chief Justice Alphonse Owiny-Dollo, wanting him to exit Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu's case.
File my rejoinder. Unfortunately, on reaching here, the gate was closed. They said the court is not working. I asked everybody how a court of law cannot work on a working day. No answer was given. Judges were coming in and out, court staff were going in and out. So we have been here up for I think now it's past 1, until when the judge had to come outside the gate because we had no access and told us that
I specifically stated that I could not, it had not been called yesterday and I could not pronounce my ruling on it. I discovered Mr. Mabiriizi introduced himself in court, and when I discovered that he was in court, I made an order that I would deliver that part of the ruling today at 11 a.m.
By the time we arrived at the Supreme Court in Kololo, the tents that inhabited the court were being brought down and journalists denied access to court.
Can you please, we are in COVID times, please keep your distance.
Yes, guys, let's all fast be ready.
Later on, one of the security operatives at the court entrance revealed that he had been given directives not to grant access to Mabiriizi and journalists, causing Mabiriizi to sit outside the court. This prompted Justice Kisakye to come out of court to meet Mabiriizi after waiting for him in court to give him a ruling, but in vain.
Around 10:50, I reached this gate for 3 purposes. The first purpose was to get my ruling from Justice Kisakye, who made it clear yesterday that she would make her ruling in my recusal application against Owiny-Dollo today at 11 a.m. Secondly, I've complained against 8 justices of this court, including the Chief Justice.
Dr. Kisakye, in her talk with Mabiriizi, explained to him that due to the prevalent situation, she wasn't able to give him her ruling, but will promptly deliver it next week.
Hours, he has done absolutely nothing to change this unconstitutional and unlawful order. So it's against the practice of judicial officers to refrain from speaking to the press. I have been forced to come and address you because Mr. Mabiriizi was supposed to receive a ruling from me, and apparently this is continuing.
The set of rule of law in Uganda is collapsing, that the whole Supreme Court can close its doors from the public. Another important thing is this court hosts the East African Court of Justice, an international organ with which obligations with Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania. Now it has also been closed from the public. So I think this is so disheartening, this is so disastrous for our rule of law, and of course it proves that actually Owiny-Dollo is not fit to be in this office.
Dr. Kisakye condemned the Chief Justice's behavior together with the Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Judiciary, Simon Muyita, who spoke lies about her concerning yesterday's scenario.
In the boardroom, which I checked yesterday, and the files were not there. This morning, I went back and checked in the boardroom, and the files are not there. So I'm left with no conclusion that my file has been confiscated, is still being confiscated by none other than the Chief Justice of Uganda. Because yesterday, as I approached the tent, his security detail, which is attached to him for his personal security, is the one which removed the files from the tent where the court has been.
The Speaker of the Judiciary, Jameson Kalemani, had this to say about what happened at the court today.
Get in touch with the registrar of the court to find out what exactly transpired and why. If it is true that the public was barred from entering the court premises, I will find out what the reason was and for how long it may be, and maybe whose instructions it was. So I need to first establish from the registrar of the court to get the reasons.
This story has been compiled by Issa Chigongo for Channel 44 Prime News.